Hi everybody, welcome back to lesson number 2 of your first course on spoken English with Aleena Raees. Now, this video lesson is going to be about what to expect from this course, what all we'll be doing, what our approach is going to be in this course, and what you can expect from this course. Now, before I get into all of that, I have a simple question to ask you here, and which is, did you do your homework, the last homework I gave you in lesson number 1? If you haven't, then you have to go back to lesson number 1, first do your homework, and then come back to this video and start from your lesson number 2. Why is this important? Why am I stressing so much? It's because reasoning is very simple. The reason is that I want this course to be a practice-based course. This course is all about practicing to speak in English, and you're going to be doing that with me every day, okay? No cheating. You're not going to find an easy way out of this. No, I'm going to be there with you. We're going to do this together, but I need your help in doing so. I have done my practice, and that is why I am here, okay? Now it's your turn. Now you have to do your practice, and you have to support me in teaching you to become fluent in English language. And trust me when I say that, you can become fluent. I promise you. I assure you, you're going to be fluent in English. All you have to do is just keep listening to me. Every homework that I give you, you have to vigilantly and be very strict with yourself. Have to do it, okay? You cannot go to lesson number 3 unless you do your homework for lesson number 2. Yes, I have a homework for you even today. Now, coming to what I'm going to be covering in this course. They're going to be simple, okay? We've taken care of that. We are not going to put a lot of pressure on you. No, it's going to be simple for you. But I will make sure that you do get into the habit of speaking in English, because that's the only way out. There is no other way of becoming fluent in this language. This course is going to be 20 lessons long, and there are going to be a lot of homework activities. You're going to be practicing to speak in English with me. I'm going to be helping you with that. We've taken care of what to give you as homework. So every lesson has homework. You cannot go to lesson number 3 unless you've done your homework for lesson number 2. Promise, there's no cheating allowed, okay? You cannot go to lesson number 3 unless you do your homework for lesson number 2, which is this one. Now, you've paid for this course, right? And you want the best out of it. So this is the only way to get the best out of this course. You have to work with me, and you have to give me something to work with, okay? And this is what you're gonna give me to work with. This is how I'm gonna help you in becoming fluent one step at a time. In this course, we are not going to be spending time on learning the rules of grammar. No, we're not going to be doing that. We are going to be taking a shortcut. Yes, I have a shortcut for you. And the shortcut is very simple, and I'm going to help you with that, like always. See, the thing is that you want to be fluent in English language. Yes, that's what you want for yourself. Now, we are going to be starting with speaking the language from day 1, and that's the shortcut. Just the way kids learn how to speak any language. Kids do not know when they are born and they are learning to speak a language. They are not born with the rules of grammar or vocabulary. They hardly know any words, right? But they still learn, and gradually they become masters in their own respective regional languages. And that is exactly our target. We are going to be learning English with the approach of a kid, of a child, just the way they learn to speak. So do not focus on the rules of grammar. Just trust me on this. I really need you to believe me when I say this. You do not need rules of grammar. You do not need high-fi, fashionable, fancy vocabulary. Nothing at all. All you need to do is start speaking from wherever you are, from whatever you know. That's all you need to do right now, okay? So we're going to be speaking in English from today. This is the day you start speaking in English with me, and I'm there for you, okay? We're going to be doing this together. I'm going to be sharing my story with you in just a bit. We are going to be adopting the top-down approach, okay? This is the top. This is where you want to reach. You want to be fluent in English. Okay. And at the bottom, you have all the rules of grammar, the fashionable vocabulary, and different exceptions of English, and so much other stuff that usually confuses you. And because of this bottom stuff, you are stuck here. You're unable to move up right there where you are at the peak and you're speaking in English, right? So, what we are going to be doing is we are going to be looking at this problem from the top down approach. The problem is that we are unable to speak in English because of all these things that are confusing us so much, that are overwhelming us. We are stuck somewhere. We do not know how to go about this, where to start from, right? That is your problem. I'm giving you a simple solution. You start speaking from wherever you are, with whatever you know. Make mistakes. Please make mistakes. I'm asking you to make mistakes. It's okay to make mistakes. I don't know how many times I've made mistakes in God knows what all aspects of my life. English may just be one of those several many, right? So yes, make mistakes. It's okay. Nobody's laughing at you. And even if they are, let them. It's all right. No biggie. Yeah. So just speak with whatever you've got. Okay. So imagine there is a desperate situation. You've got to fight, but you don't have a weapon. You have nothing to fight with. And there's somebody running towards you, rushing towards you with a sword in their hand or a knife, a dagger. What will you do? You will fight back with whatever you've got, right? Whatever you can find, you'll look around and you will just find something and you're going to fight back with that. That is exactly what you're needed to do here, okay? So, in this situation, times are desperate. We want to be fluent. We waited long enough. We cannot wait any longer. We cannot wait. So, what do? We fight with whatever we've got, okay? Whatever we find, whatever little bit of vocabulary we have access to, whatever little bit of fluency that we have in English, or whatever little bit of rules, some rules that we know in grammar, we start with that. That's how you start. And then what happens is, as you proceed and as you speak in English one day at a time, your mind helps you. Your mind opens up to it. Your mind observes more. It learns more. It observes other people. It observes what goes on in the television, It observes what you see on the Netflix shows and Prime Video shows and whatever you're watching in a day on your phone screen, the internet you're reading, everything. It starts to observe more and it learns more. Okay, so that's how it happens for everybody. Now, your rough edges of grammar and vocabulary, which are crooked right now, they start to straighten up. They start to fall in place and they start to align with each other. And that's how you learn. It's simple. It's not a rocket science. Trust me. It's simple. I'll tell you my own story. What happened was I was a very young child, and I'll just give you a little glimpse into what happened in my life, how I started to speak in English. I remember I was very young. I was probably in class 4 or 5, and I could not speak in English at all. And there were 2 cousins of mine who had moved to India. So from abroad, from someplace outside of India, they moved to India and they started to come and live with us. And they always spoke in English. And I would feel a little left out. I would feel a little awkward because I could not speak in English and they were really fluent. And they were also young girls, hardly 1 or 2 years elder to me, yes. But that gave me motivation to learn. That gave me motivation to try. And I tried. And I do not come from that rich background where young little kids are very fluent in English and they are expressing everything in English. No, I don't come from that background. I come from a family that is very humble. We are very average middle class people. And My story is not where the moment I opened my eyes as a child, when I was newly born, I started to speak English. No, that wasn't my story. For many, many years, I did not know how to speak in English at all. And then I gradually picked up, I made a decision and I started to learn. And here I am. I learned, I put in effort. And that's the same story with everybody who's trying to learn anything new in their lives, right? So story cut short, ऑपरेशन नहीं करना है लैंग्वेज का, ठीक है? आपको जो आता है आपको उससे शुरू करना है और उतने से काम चलाना है, धीमे धीमे बढ़ता जाएगा जितना आपको आता है वो, ठीक है? Now, coming to our homework. Are you ready for homework? No, seriously, I want you to feel excited every time I mention the word homework. This is one promise you have to make to me. You have to be very excited about homework because this is the only way to learn. This is the only way this course is going to work for you. And homework is very simple. That is one promise I make to you today, right now in this video lesson. Okay? So your homework is very simple. Just pick up a diary, take a pen or a pencil, and write 5 sentences about yourself. Okay? 5 sentences about yourself. Now, it doesn't finish here. Wait. After writing those 5 sentences, what next you have to do is you have to speak those 5 sentences one by one in decent volume 5 times. Okay? 5 sentences one by one in decent volume to yourself or to somebody that you decide. But you have to do that in decent volume and you have to do it 5 times. Okay? Promise me you're going to do this. No cheating allowed. Okay? You're going to do it. Now you may wonder, why ma'am? Why? It's so simple. Why are you giving us such a simple homework? The reasoning is very simple. This is a practice-based course. How else do I ensure that you're practicing? And I want to keep it simple for you. Don't worry, we've got other lessons following, right? So you do your homework and remember that this course is about actually speaking in English. So I want you to actually speak in English with your mouth, okay? And get a taste of what's following in the lessons to come, right? Now, there's one thing that I do want to discuss with you. If you are an absolute beginner, you just can't speak in English at all. Now, I have something to tell you here. Be sure that anything that I say, you will understand. Because I myself use very simple English. I do not use hi-fi words or fashionable grammar. Grammar is not fashionable. Grammar is just grammar. Yeah, so I do not use fashionable English. It's very simple, basic English, the kind I speak, and it's easy to understand. So I am there. You just keep watching, keep learning, and keep doing what I'm asking you to do. Okay? I'll meet you in lesson number 3. I hope you enjoyed this one. See you. Bye-bye.